This is the most serious crisis in the last few centuries.
Well, for the first time in the history of the Catholic Church, the Pope has called leaders from around the world to Rome for meetings to deal with the ongoing clergy sex abuse scandal. The four-day summit began this morning, and survivors of the Roman Catholic clergy sexual abuse are also in Rome, and some of those include leaders and representatives from SNAP, which is short for the Survivors Network for Those Abused by Priests. And Candy Rodriguez spoke with one of the Austin leaders of that chapter to find out what they're hoping to accomplish during this trip. Good morning.
John, good morning. About 4 hours ago, the Pope opened the historic Sex Abuse Prevention Summit, urging bishops to, quote, listen to the cry of the children who ask for justice and reminding them that they need to do more than just condemnation. They need to take concrete action. Austin SNAP leaders standing by ready to see that happen.
Fire every bishop and clerical person who has covered up child sexual abuse.
Those are the words Carol Midbow says if she got the opportunity, she would tell Pope Francis. On Tuesday, Carol says the group attempted to deliver a letter to the Pope.
They walked up to the Vatican and tried to hand it over to officials, and they asked them to place it on the ground. So survivors felt that that was representative of how survivors have been treated overall.
Carol says she understands this could be a matter of security. In it, the group's 5 demands, including the dismissal of clergy involved, the creation of a zero-tolerance policy, report abuse directly to law enforcement, release all files, and stop all lobbying efforts against legislative reform that would benefit survivors. But so far, the group hasn't had any luck in being able to meet with Vatican officials, leaving Carol feeling
stepped on and dismissed and silenced.
At the end of the day, Carol says her goal is to remind other survivors who may not have come forward yet that they are not alone.
Just having the outreach to survivors is worth this trip.
I just spoke with Carol moments ago, and she tells me the president of SNAP's board of directors is currently meeting with the Italian parliament. What comes out of that meeting will, of course, bring to you later today. She did tell me, however, that they will be delivering a letter to nuns today focused on nun abuse that has happened in the past. The summit will last until Sunday. John, back to you.
Candy, thank you very much. Now, at the end of January, the Catholic dioceses throughout Texas released a list of clergy members who have been credibly accused of sexually abusing minors. As part of our investigation on the coverage of the investigation, we spoke with a retired district judge who explained the statute of limitations for sex crimes in Texas. As for failing to report sexual abuse, state law says anybody who stays quiet about alleged sexual abuse can be charged with a misdemeanor, but only if it's occurred within the past 3 years. So that means anybody in the church who knew about sexual abuse but never told law enforcement could be off the hook if it happened anytime prior to 2016. You can find more of our investigations right now at KXAN.com.